Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to askNK. Today we're taking a look at Filmora 10. Filmora is a simple to use video editor that allows you to create engaging content and also wonderful memories. And for anyone who would like to try this, right now you can go over to the link in the description that will bring you right over here where you can try Filmora for free. And this is available for both Windows and Mac, and it simply means that you have all of the features unlocked, which is pretty interesting. So you can use this and do some amazing things. The only caveat is there is going to be a watermark once you export. Filmora does have a couple of cool tricks up its sleeves in terms of features, and these things include keyframing, motion tracking, audio docking, color matching, and also a lot more stuff like green screen, video effects, split screen, and all that beautiful things. So with that said, we're going to dive directly into Filmora 10 and take a look at how this works, and at the same time talk about some of the very cool features that you can take a look at right now. So with Filmora 10 open right here, you can see that the UI looks extremely simple. So right here you get to see a couple of shelves. Within this section is where your media exists, and within this section is where you get to find some free audio which you can download for free. You can also go to the film stock section, which is an online library that Filmora has or Wondershare has that you can download free stuff from. Right here you get to see some free titles that you can also download for free, and you can use them in case you're looking for lower thirds, or maybe you're just looking for a title screen. You can also see some of these things here. The transitions exist right here, effects exist right here, elements exist right here. Over here is where you get to see split screen, just in case you're thinking about splitting your screen. Maybe you're editing your videos and you need about 4 or 5 different contents to be within a screen at a given time. Over here is where your monitor exists, and you can choose to expand this monitor, and once you press your escape key you can retract it back to what it looks like. From here is where you get to control the volume. You can take a screenshot from this part. If you want to change the quality of your preview, or you want to also change the display, you can do that from here. You can also change the quality of your preview from here as well. Right here you get to notice that we have the timeline. Now the timeline has a couple of tricks up its sleeves in terms of the controls that it has. So if you want to expand your timeline, if you click right here, you can expand your timeline and you can also contract your timeline. You'd also notice that we have a very tiny extra button within the playhead, which is for splitting. So at any point you're within a clip, you can just simply click right here and split the clip instead of selecting the clip and coming over to this button to split it. Now to explore some of the very cool features that exist with Filmora 10, we need clips. And to get clips in, there are 2 ways, or should I say 3 different ways to get your clips. You can click right here to import those clips, or you can go over to File, go over to Import Media and import them. Now if you want to record your screen, record your web camera, or even record your audio as a means of bringing clips onto Filmora, you can do that by simply going over to File, go down here to where you have your record media, and you can choose to record your screen, which is perfect. You can also choose to record your webcam and also your voice over. So these are ways that you can bring things in. If you have a folder that contains all the media files that you want to import, you can just simply import the folder, or you can simply choose to do the good old-fashioned drag and drop, which is just simply click, drag and drop directly onto the Filmora user interface, and that is also another good way of bringing things in. So what we're going to do is just simply go ahead and bring in a couple of clips. So first things first, I'm just going to load in 2 of these, and by default within your timeline, if you move your playhead to a point, let's say a point like so, let's move it down to a point like this, you can use this and you can split stuff. So I'm just going to select, click and split that there, press the delete button to get rid of that, move these over to a position like so, and I can split this one as well. So once we have this going, click on your clip and you'll notice you have some more things here. If you like to, split your clips, this is the button for that. Of course, you can already do that with this. If you like to crop this, you like to change the playback speed, you want it slower, faster, normal, you want to freeze a frame, you want to reverse the clip, of course you can do that. If you want to do some color correction, you can do that right here. Click on this button and you can do your color correction. So if you click on color correction, there is a huge set of presets that you can work with. In this case, there is a lot of them, and you can also choose to load in your own lot. So by simply clicking on the button or the drop down button here, go over to 3D lot and you can load up your lot file right here. But in this case, we're just going to go all the way and select warm and click on OK. Now, once we have our file loaded in with the looks which we want, you can now match one clip to another. Now, this is a bit tricky to work with depending on the kind of clips that you're working with, and also depending on the lighting scenario that you have. For this case, I'm just going to go over, move the playhead over to this point, click, and then we can reference this one. So if I click on this button, we can go over to color match, or you can right click and you can go over to color match from here. And it's always very advisable that you have a frame that you're referencing whenever you're doing this. And of course, this is going to to save a lot of people time in terms of color grading various things as they progress. So for this one, I'm just going to select, click on this button, go over to color match, and then I would reference one frame, which is this frame. This is a clip which we want to have color graded from this particular referenced frame. So once we have that going, click on match, and Filmora will go in and take a look at the reference and try as much as possible to color grade the current one to what we have as the reference. Now once we have this there, you can choose to play with the levels, and for those who like to tweak this thing a little bit more, you can go over to the advanced section by clicking on the advanced button, and this is going to pop up a brand new window. By simply going over to the adjust section, you can start adjusting this. So for this case, we can go over to where we have maybe our HSL and play with the hue a little bit, probably if this is what you're going for. And maybe if you would like to play with the luminance a little bit more, you can also tweak these things to get some very cool result. You can also go over to the light section, and maybe you want to have some more highlights within this section, and maybe you want to have some more whites, you want to have maybe some shadows. You can do all of these things depending on what you want. So once you have that done, in this case, we're also going to go in and punch the levels a little bit more so that we can have something that is quite matching with what we have. Now, in case you are working with this, it is very advisable that the clips are probably taken in the same place, or you have a video that is done within the same place. Now moving forward, let's talk about keying in terms of green screen. Now if you're editing your videos, in most cases you might want to shoot some shots in a green screen and you want to do some composition, you want to cut out the green. This tool comes in very handy in that case, because at this point, if you select, you can click on this tiny button that you have here, which is the green screen, or you can select the image, right click, and then you can go over to green screen. Now there is an automatic green screening that actually happens, and this is super cool. So you can play with the offset to get this out, and that is how easy it is for you to get your green screen working. Now for those who like to also, reference stuff, you can click on the eyedropper and you can select any of these parts and you can reference them. Say for example, a part like this, and you can reference that and then use the tolerance to start cranking things all the way out, and you can start getting some artifacts. So my suggestion is simply stick with the default and then tweak that default to get to what you want, and that way you might even get some better results while working with this. There's also a tracking feature that exists with Filmora 10, and this tracking feature is super cool. This is going to be a very cool feature for those who are thinking about tracking several parts of their footage. Maybe you have like a footage of a particular place, a subject. You want to track it, you want to add some labels to that, stuff like that. You want to add some elements, of course you can. So simply select the clip which you want, in this case, this first clip. I'm just going to move it all the way to that point, and then you can click on this tracking button, which is your motion tracker. You can also right click and go over to your motion tracker or your motion tracking from here, and this will open up the property section where you would see the motion tracking properties. Now once this opens up, you would notice that we have the tracker right here. So in this case, we're just going to go in and track this hand. So in this case, I'm just going to move this over to this point and probably stretch it about the point like that. And let's also stretch this one a little like this, and that's it. So once you have that ready, click on start tracking, and this is going to analyze the hand and track it. Now depending on how well you place the tracker, that is how the tracking is going to work. So you can see that the tracker is doing as much as it can to actually get things in place. Now if you already have an element which you want to track onto this particular surface, you need to go over to the section which is set to none, click, and then you can import that element. And for us, we already have an element right here, which is the Filmora icon, and we're going to load this element right in. And once you're done, press the playback button, and of course you will notice that the element simply moves as your tracker moves. And once you're comfortable with what you have, simply click on OK, and then you can now have this here. Now if you like to tweak the positioning of the element, you can simply double click on the element, and then we can do some things like changing the position. Maybe we want the position to be somewhere like here, and probably we want the size to be like that, and maybe bring this one down. And once you're done, click on OK as well, and then press the playback button, and of course you would see this in action. Now moving forward, there's also a keyframing button. There is the menu button, which takes you over to the edit section, which deals with the properties of your clip. And finally, we have a very nice add-on which is currently in beta that you can work with, and this is a silence dictation add-on. So to take a look at this, we have a clip ready, and I'm also going to just simply drag this in, and we can take a look at it. Now dragging this clip in, you can see that the clip which we have here is a 1920 by 1080, and the project setting that we have here is a 4K project setting. Now we're going to tell Filmora to actually adapt to the clip size by clicking on this button, and this is going to adapt to it. Now if we press the playback button, you would notice that the presenter was silent before they started talking, and this thing can actually take even more time within the editing room. So you can see right here that we have a couple of silent buckets. So you can see that there we have the silent section, and this is just one of those things that you might have to deal with when you're editing videos. And of course, these things actually take time because you have to go in and painstakingly cut these audios out. And the beautiful thing is the silence dictation add-on, which is currently in beta, actually saves you all of these problems. So what you need to do is just simply select the clip which you want to work on, click right here, it opens up a window, analyzes the entire clip. Right here, you would notice that it has done a good job at selecting this point where it feels that we're silent, and it has simply highlighted them for us. And if we're comfortable with this, we can simply export to timeline. But if we're not comfortable with it, probably we think maybe it did a bit of a rough job, we can use the volume threshold to control how much we get. So we could say maybe we'll want this to be maybe about let's say 20, and then hit the restart button, and this would analyze the entire audio one more time and look for those silent buckets and pick the silent buckets out. Now depending on what you're working on, and also depending on the kind of clips that you want to keep, in most cases this might actually cut out some parts. And you might also notice that in parts like this, probably you recorded something and you made some mistakes within this part, and you feel like maybe you want to move over to this part. You kind of don't like the idea that it saved this part. You can click on this button as well, and it's also going to go through and consider that part as a silent part. And you can do this for as many parts as you have, and this is just one of those ways where you can save time while trying to edit your stuff and also work faster. And once you're done with all this, you can just simply click on export to timeline, and this is going to do a beautiful job of chopping your clips, deleting all of those tiny annoying silent spots, and then you have a simple clip that you can just press the playback button and get happening. And you can see how beautiful this is, and this just simply saves you time. Now before we go, let's talk about the titles and also effects. Now the titles are pretty nice. You can use titles for a whole lot of things, and in this case you can drag any title in, and if it's something that requires downloading, this will be downloaded directly onto your Filmora 10 project. And once you press your playback button, you will notice that you have the titles there, and you can make changes to this. Now in most cases, lots of people like to animate their own titles, and to do that you need a plain title, which we are going to grab one here. So I'm just going to grab this basic one, and let's just believe that this is the one we want to work with. Double click that, go over to where you have the video, go to your transition, and then you can position this where you want it to be. Now most people would like to also animate these things by themselves, and you can do all of that keyframe animation thing by yourself right here. So to do that, all you need to do is click on this button known as keyframing, and once you do that, automatically that adds a key. And with that key there, you can position your text wherever you want your text to be. In this case, we want it to be there, and we want this text to reveal right here. So once we move it over to this point, click on the add button, and then we can also move this text right over to this point. And once we go back and press the playback button, you would notice that we have our animation happening right here. So in case you're thinking about how can I create animation and stuff like that, this is how you can do it. So tons of cool stuff that you have going on here. If you like to play with transitions, there's a whole lot of transitions right here that you can play with. You can just have fun working with lots of these things. For example, you can pick up transition like this, put that right in between this, and if you press your playback button, you can preview that and you can see how this looks, and you can also even get some more stuff. So let's say you need some elements, you can drag those elements in. In this case, we can drag in this element, and of course, if we just simply move over and press the playback button, you can see that we have elements like this right there, and you can play with the transformation of these things and get good with them. So tons of cool things you can do with Filmora right now. For those who like to do things like image stabilization, you can also do that, as it does have image stabilization. You can see that from here. And if you like to do things like lens correction, you can also do that. Just simply select what model that you're working with, depending on the kind of camera you're working with. You can select that right here and start doing some pretty interesting things with Filmora 10. And finally, once you're done with your video editing, just simply click on the export button, and then you can export out, and you can choose any of these file types to export as. You can export to YouTube, Vimeo, DVD, or to a device type of your choice. And this is more like it. For those who like to try this, you can simply go over to the link in the description that will bring you over to Wondershare Filmora, where you can grab Filmora 10 as a free to try tool and start creating with it. And at the same time, the folks at Filmora, they're having a Filmora Fest 2021. This is going to be happening within June 28th to the 30th. So just in case you are feeling excited about it, you can proceed to join it. And for this event, there are tons of prizes to be won. So for you to be able to join this festival, you can simply go over to the link in the description and take a look at some of the criterias and certain things that you need to know about this. And at the same time, the folks at Wondershare Filmora, they are also giving out free licenses for Filmora 10. And how do you get this? For you to be able to get a free license for Filmora 10, you need to create your videos by simply using a free to try version of Filmora 10, post it on Twitter with the hashtag #CreateWithFilmora for you to be able to get some possible reaction. I'm going to put links and also a couple of details in the description so you can check these things out for yourself. The folks at Wondershare have amazing tools that can save you a ton of time and also save you a couple of bucks. And at the same time, Filmora 10 is a pretty cool tool for anyone who is thinking about getting started with video editing or probably looking for that amazing tool that can help them record, edit, and also deliver their own videos faster and even better. And that's about it. I'd like to know what you guys think about this one in the comment section. And of course, if you like this video or you learned something from this, you can go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to share with a friend. And if you're new here, it's going to be amazing for you to hit the subscribe button and also turn on notifications so that you don't miss the next video or the next update. And until I see you guys again with a tutorial update, Free Friday, Tutorial Tuesday, tips and tricks, things like this. Peace.